Hey travelers, welcome back to Ghostlight. So in today's video, I want to sort of bring to a close Season 1 of Light No Sky. Now, if you've been following the series, you may know that Light No Sky is a collaboration between Captain Steve, Ricey's Starship Emporium, and Professor Cynical, in which a group of No Man's Sky content creators go to a planet very similar to what's shown in the Light No Fire trailer from Hello Games. They go to this planet and they play No Man's Sky as if it were Light No Fire. So no tech, no ships, just your pet as a mount and your survival skills. Now, those content creators acted as leaders for their various factions, Crayola Kingdom, the Empire, and the 07 Brew crew. Other users joining one of the factions, defending them, building in their areas, building a community around these three content creators. Now, towards the end of the experiment, things got a little hairy. We started PvP. You could turn your save into survival save when venturing out towards the main portal hub, and you could be attacked, you could attack people, you could be killed, and ultimately that death meant you were out of the experiment. So, if you've been following the channel, following my adventures in Light No Sky, you may know that I did pretty well. I didn't die at all, thankfully, knock on wood. I had about 4 kills. It's very difficult to go hunting for other players because we were so spread out on this one planet. It took, without a ship, a very long time to fly from point A to point B. So a lot of my live streams in this particular area were just me traveling, unfortunately. Now, in the end, in the very last video I did called More War, I just kind of sat in Professor Cynical's area waiting for people to spawn in. Not a lot of people had. And then I went over to Ricey's area, and there wasn't really anyone there to kill either. So, all of that had happened after the leaders had died. There was also a quest in which players were challenged to seek out an ancient relic site, to seek out sac venom, and also some treasures. And we were collecting those items, and whoever had collected the most over a certain period of time became the winner of that challenge. But let me show you what had happened between Captain Steve and Professor Cynical. Now, this is an excerpt from Captain Steve's video. If you haven't seen it, please go over to his channel. The link to this video will be in the description to this. Have a watch.
It's set on fire. What?
Yeah. It said massive heat damage detected.
Oh, extreme damage protection.
Mm-hmm.
No. Die
And again.
Now they're shooting neutron cannons at one another.
No, you got me! You get back! Oh no! Dang it! Darn! Cynical got me! I don't know how, but it looks like he's got a neutron cannon as well. Darn it! Okay.
Oh, I'm back.
I'm back.
You got me.
I got you!
You got me.
You got me as well!
We both killed each other.
We both killed each other! Holy fudge! Well, that's a draw.
You
That's
got
us
me.
both out. Fudge! The Empire wins then! For fudge's sake!
Okay. So there it is. Captain Steve and Cynical kill each other with multi-tools at dawn, making ultimately Ricey the winner of the challenge. Ricey met his own challenges as well, as he met another player, Happy Wiggleworm, in a very similar fashion. Captain Steve was there to kind of moderate, I suppose, or just watch as he engaged in battle with Happy Wiggleworm, and the results were actually kind of similar. Check it out. This is an excerpt from Ricey's Starship Emporium. If you haven't seen this, go to his channel. The link will be in the description. Take a look.
You're going to be doing voiceover, are you, Ricey?
Yeah, probably. No, he got me.
He got you!
It was very quick.
Is Wiggleworm victorious?
He is. Well, that's going to be a short video.
Hold on. It says that Wiggleworth also died. I think.
Oh, did I get him as well?
I think so. I think both of you are gone.
Oh, it was a one-on-one perhaps.
And there you have it. So Ricey did ultimately meet his demise. Although he was the last leader standing, the Empire was declared the victor for this particular season of Light No Sky. Now, each leader chose a few of their own faction's players to knight, to declare as knights, and with this knightship, they would be given additional perks when it came to Season 2 of Light No Sky. So for the Empire, Ricey chose Pete SB, Biker Rob, and Hecklehide. For the Crayola Kingdom, Professor Cynical chose Elin Paul 42, Babukti, and Monkey Boy Claper. Now, for the 07 Brew Crew, we have Anonymous Gaunt, E-Slick, and Ghostlight XC. Now, because I was chosen as a knight when it comes to Season 2, I have the option of selecting either a Scatter Blaster or a Blaze Javelin as my starting weapon, which is actually kind of exciting. If you watched the previous videos, you'll know how difficult it is to find weapons. And I roamed around sourcing everything I could possibly get. You are allowed to have technology, but you can't just install them. You can't build them. You have to find them or purchase them from landing pilots. So it makes it a little more difficult. Now, there was another reward given to certain players with a certain building style, or they demonstrated just an amazing build on the planet. Now, I'm sad to say I don't know the names of each Grand Architect for each faction. As the leaders went toward each other's areas, for example, Cynical went in toward Ricey's bases, Ricey went in toward the Brew Crew's bases, and Captain Steve went in toward the Crayola bases. They didn't all load in properly, and sometimes they weren't able to find the base computer for the base that they were reviewing. So there was some question as to which bases they liked, who they actually belonged to. One that I do think I know, Babukti, I think may have gotten the Grand Architect for Cynical's group as well. Babukti was one who I fought at that base, and she nearly got me. Like, I was on death's door. She did a really great job. Big shout out to Babukti. I'm probably not saying that right. Babukti. I don't know. Great job. Great battling you. I'll be looking for you in Season 2. I have the sneaking suspicion I'm not going to make it very far in Season 2. So that's kind of it. I'm going to take you through a quick little tour of what my base looks like. I went with a really fantasy themed base, kind of inspired by the floating island we saw in the Light No Fire trailer. I'm just going to take you through a quick walkthrough. You let me know what you think. Season 2 has already been announced for Light No Sky. That's why I'm kind of closing this out now. A big shout out to Captain Steve, Professor Cynical, and Ricey Starship Emporium for just coming up with this challenge and letting us all participate, because I had a lot of fun, and I look forward to Season 2. But alright, hey, let's take a quick look at this base, right? Awesome. Alright, so let me start with the main. I'm just going to jump off the ledge here, and you can kind of see what I'm up to. It's actually a little bit harder than I thought. So this is the main part of the base. This is kind of where it started. And I started building this. There were a couple of rules when it came to the base building, is that you had to keep it as simple as possible, only using the wood base building parts and the stone base building parts. And then any tech you had to try to kind of hide a little bit if you could. So I built this structure as my starting structure. I thought it served me well. I knew that we were going to get some pirates trying to attack our bases if we stood in one place too long. So I chose to build under this structure, which kind of took that out. I didn't have to worry about being attacked in my base. But as I started getting into battles with other players, I worried about maybe having a target on my back. Now, if you know anything about me, I always leave my saves in PvP. So I didn't want to make a video. I was pretty good about turning it off when I was making videos, but I was worried about making a video and that's when I'm most vulnerable, because I'm often in photo mode, somebody just coming in and killing me. Didn't want that to happen. So what I ended up doing was making this building a little bit more secure. So as you walk in, There's this angled door, which I thought was just kind of a nice touch. This long stairwell, and you can't get in. There's a block here. So in order to get into this base, what you have to do is go, see that little star right there? I mean, you could toggle it, or you could just shoot it, which is what I do. And if you shoot it, this door opens, and bam, closes behind you. Perfect. Now this one over here, I actually just leave open to make it easy to access. There is a toggle that you can use to get into this door. It's a little bit hidden. It's not the most secure site in the world, but it was enough to, you know, keep out anyone I didn't want to let in. Now I can't get back in. All right, so this was the main structure. Pretty simple. I like the idea of just having like a little seating area. Now I did have some storage. Storage is hidden behind here. I don't know why I felt like that looks like a little vault. Storage you can access here. Bam. I do have some power that's hidden as well. I like this idea. I made a little mark for every player that I killed in Light No Sky. I hid my base computer in there as well. And I have a little nutrient processor down here, hidden away, that I can access. And then I have a little refiner hidden away down here. So I have this big fireplace and just two little things. So I can do all of my crafting over here and do all of my my cooking over here. I didn't use a lot of cooking material this time around. I would really like to for season 2. My only worry was that we were in the heat of battle when I decided I wanted to do it. And so I was worried about needing to replenish my hazard protection quickly, or replenish my health bar, and that you can't actually access cooking materials through the quick menu. So that's kind of a shortfall of using that particular method, but we'll see. So this kept loading back in as I built this base, so I just decided to go with it. It stayed this one little random piece, but I kind of like it, so I figured I'd just build around it. These are a great source of light. I used them upstairs a bit. I also had some hanging plants that gave light for a while, but it was just a little bit too much. I like the red of the fire and the red of the lantern. So we have some lanterns sort of hanging. They're all hanging off of shovel handles. Oh, we're missing one over here, which I thought was kind of looked like a little hanger. So that's that. I got a little chair. This chair is totally inspired by Ray Reynolds' chair in his like wizard abode. And a lot of inspiration in this build came from that wizard abode. It's a fantastic build. I think it's still in the community spotlight in the Anomaly if you go check that out. It's an awesome build. Over here I have a little short range teleporter, which is in the rules, I understand, but I tried to make it look like it was magic, so this is sort of obscuring it from view, and then you go up and you teleport. And here's another one. This one isn't so obscured from view. It is within a big tower, but the entrance to this is a little bit obscured. So you walk through here and it looks like there's some ivy growing on the tower. Kind of hides this a little bit, just enough. So then we have this little gondola type of a building. I thought it would be cool to have a signal booster to help find buildings, but have it seem sort of magical. So all of these rocks put together over the signal booster, and then that's shooting up the center of this, right into the glass of the rooftop. I thought was pretty awesome. There's a little shrine to the Atlas, and then at any point you could just come here and you could use the signal booster to locate structures, which I thought was pretty cool. You can have tech as long as it looks magical. So magic. There's my 07 in the corner. My plan was in a trash talking kind of a way to build 07s in everyone's area. That's the one for the Brew Crew. I did build one in the Crayola Kingdom. I didn't build one in Ricey's area because by the time I started doing that, I think they called the end of season 1 while I was building it in my own base. So, and then there's this. I like this idea of there was like a tower that magic tore apart. So I like this idea of these floating elements, like this staircase got ripped asunder and there's just components of it flying everywhere. There's all these light sources kind of shooting out of the ground, kind of making it look magical. Obviously, those are light fissures that I just glitched in different sizes. And yeah, I think it's kind of cool. I like the way this comes up. This, again, is very reminiscent of that Ray Reynolds build. Very inspiring. Ray does fantastic work. In fact, he just did a different build that I liked on Twitter that I'm probably going to use as inspiration for my build for Season 2, because he did something just brilliant. I don't want to spoil it, though, but that's coming. So yeah, so this is the main tower that's sort of toppling over, again with the light fissure shooting light up and down. I just love it. I used it in a few of my Spectral Vanguard builds as well. And then this just has this like sort of wizard temple kind of feel to it. I put a base computer here after, this is all after the actual challenge was over, but I thought it kind of looked like water, you know. There actually isn't really a second story. The second story to this just has the light fissures up there, but it's something. And then I put my landing pad over here just to kind of dock my ship somewhere while I was out and about. There is also that big tower. I wanted to have it be a big flame. I kept making big fire barrels, but it didn't. You couldn't actually see it from the ground because it was too high. So I just had another light fissure shooting up that way. So that's kind of it. That's it for the base tour. Again, I used a lot of these as light sources, these barnacles, and it turned out really great. They do give off a lot of light, which I didn't really appreciate before this build. And I love the way that this stairway came out and how there's just like, you know, trees floating around and little bits of the tower sort of suspended in air. I dig that. I also had to put in all this grass by hand because it's not a grassy area. All this grass, all these trees. And I love the way this shrine turned out. So, yeah, that's it. So, Light No Sky Season 1 has officially come to an end. Light No Sky Season 2 is beginning. So, if you are interested in being involved in Light No Sky Season 2, I'll put a link to... I saw a video from Cynical. I assume that Steve is going to have a video soon. I assume Royce will have a video soon. Anyone who has a video by the time I post this video, I'll put the link in the description. Actually, you know what? I'll post the Google form. You can go to this Google form and sign up, and they're going to keep the glyphs private, which probably will be difficult to maintain. But they're going to do their best to cut down on griefers. Yeah, so you can sign up, you can choose a crew to join, choose a faction, and join us over on the new planet when it's announced. We don't have glyphs yet. And we can start Light No Sky Season 2. I don't know what's in store. I'm really excited for it. I love these collaborative events. I love curated playthroughs. If you've seen our away team playthrough, you know that. Just using the game as a sandbox to tell another story. Dig it. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. The biggest of shout outs to all of my YouTube members displayed here. And as always, dear Rift Walkers, I'll see you tonight.
Anomalous, defy the cosmic kiss, navigating rifts, we're faint-hearted in the thought of this. Polo and Nada, in every iteration, old school pioneers on a celestial staycation. From black holes unfold, the starlight truth told, we're mystery soul, we boldly go through ports. So if you seek some asylum from all